good. Welcome to the launch of the 2019-2020 academic year for the Department of Architecture. This is what we call our architecture premiere, where we kind of launch the semester with a wonderful awards celebration, where through the generous contributions of our donors, we will be administering awards today in the nature of $100,000 worth of awards. Just a quick applause for anyone who here is part of that sponsor. We'll get to that in a moment. We will also welcome the new students, welcome teachers, and just kind of a celebration before we go to the real event tonight, which is the keynote lecture from Bart Opera House of Studio Opera House, Paris. So it's quite an event, and we're really happy to see you all. So before I get going, I'm going to ask the kids in the front row to stop. Shannon? No. Before I get going, and when you see the kids who stands up. Before I get going, we are very honored and happy to have the Dean of our College of Design, Luis Rico Gutierrez, here to give a word of welcome. Luis, please.
So I was just told that I can use this microphone. That's what the kids in the front row hear me. Can you hear me? So I'm not going to take a long time because this is, how many of you have been to Premiere before and who? Okay, so who's new? Okay, you know that these can tend to get a little bit long. So I'm not going to say a lot. I will just say, welcome. This is my department. This is my background. You know, my background is in architecture, urban design, community development. It's really great to be with you today, but my job is not to welcome you to the Department of Architecture. That's what Deborah is going to be doing, is to welcome you to what Juana created the group last semester called the college that does interdisciplinarity better than anybody in the United States. So you're in one of the more comprehensive design colleges in the United States and probably in the world. All the disciplines that shape the world that we see around us every minute of our lives, all those disciplines at Iowa State live, work, and play together under one roof in this college. And that is a great opportunity for all of you. So what I want to ask you is, you know, what you're doing in the department, the work that you're doing with Deborah, you're building that strength that is necessary to bring to a multidisciplinary team that is going to be facing really complex challenges. I want to also ask you to be flexible and agile when you approach those issues. You know, on one hand, be always open to see a problem from a different disciplinary, experiential, cultural, ethnic perspective to enrich, you know, what you're doing. And always be willing to take a risk. You know, to be in a position that is maybe uncomfortable at the beginning, you know, where you may be the only designer in a group that is just talking about the business side of things or the structural side of things, but always be comfortable in that position, bringing the voice of design to the problem. And at the same time, once you're in one of those positions, be always friendly, you know, to the other voice that may be at some point uncomfortable because you're part of this majority that can be, you know, majority in many different senses. So if you do those three things, I think we are going to be successful. We're going to benefit from all those different things that you're doing with us, you know, and I think you're going to be also really successful when you go out to practice. This is what the world needs, you know, all these different groups working together. You are going to be really strong and very well prepared, you know, in what you're doing right now in architecture. But I think, you know, just by understanding how you're part of that larger group is something that is going to benefit not only, as I said, you know, us or the state of Iowa, but I think, you know, everybody will see positive change because of that. So thank you, and thank you for doing all these different things, for coming here, the new people. Thank you to the old timers, you know, to welcome the new people, and thank you for being willing to work, play with other disciplines to actually try to address all these different issues. So, enjoy the rest of the event, and I'm going to see driver get ready. Thank you.
I've been here 6 years, and Luis, longer than me, Luis actually hired me. I am always amazed and impressed with the level of enthusiasm and continued excitement that he has for design as a broad discipline. He never fails to bring that energy, so thank you very much, Luis. Really appreciate it. He reminds us what's really exciting while we're in the mud. No I'm kidding. Anyway. So I am going to start. I was told today we'd start with the awards. I couldn't remember if we did that before the lecture or after. And we will start with all the awards. Now, after a few years of doing this, I will say, please bear with me. I mispronounce names. I stumble. It becomes quite a comedy act. I might hand you the wrong envelope. I try very hard not to. But we are going to get going, and we're going to see how fast I can get through all of these envelopes and all these wonderful names up there on that screen. So I'm going to start with the BWBR Prize. You have a program, so I'm not going to say too much about these prizes. Other than to say that the BWBR Prize is a studio competition prize for our second semester third year students. It's a very kind of open and generous prize, and the students actually travel to the office in Minnesota to be critiqued and receive that prize. So the winning team this year, Anna Van Sant and Zachary Jefferman. Please come forward. Or if you know you've got the prize, you could come forward anyway. Is this okay as a backdrop? That would be Emma and Zach. Well, concrete competition and prize. Craig and Dan, would you guys stand up and hand these out for us? We were just in my office with the 4 winning team members of the prize. Would you guys step forward? The winning members are Seth Andrews, David Becker, Taran Batai, and Tyler Vincent. The runners up for the competition, please, honorable mention team, Quinn Lyons, Rodicelli Muro, Rodicelli, of course, Rodicelli Muro, Garrido, and Gregory Schwab. We just had a wonderful conversation about literally the breadth and the thinking that goes into something as simple as precast concrete. And yesterday we were touring the building in Des Moines, Bart and I, and there was a moment where it was very clear that without the right precast company, that building would have had a few problems, right? So anyway, one of the rooms of piano building. All right. Okay, everybody get ready. If you are a Lyle and Anna Lightfoot internship scholar, please start making your way down as I begin to name them. Matthew Bong, Tian Dong, Rodolfo Escamilla, Tomi Laha, Brent Mortland, Rodicelli, please again, Michael Odo, and Aliana Subagamo. Come in, guys, come in. Okay. All right, the Lifetime Scholarship, each one of these young people won an opportunity to have extra funding for an internship they were awarded. And the Lifetime Scholarship is given to make your internship opportunity richer, better, more meaningful. And so for students who are traveling abroad, Tommy, for instance, did an internship in Berlin. Right? And so when Bard hires one of our interns one year, there will be funding available so they can move there, find a place to live, and do those kinds of things. So it's a very generous and special scholarship. DLR group. Hey, are you my only DLR person? Come on.
Yep.
And SOM China, anybody here from, no, Scott's not here. SOM China scholars. Tom, where's Tom? And do you? Tom Gadsby and Kim. Photo? Good for them. There we go. So just paint SOM on my head. This was an opportunity. This is one of the most generous scholarships we have, and the opportunity was that they went on an exchange to the University of Hongji University Architecture program, and then they stayed on for several months longer to do a global internship program in Shanghai with DLR Group and SOM, the China Scholarship Program. Who is here from AIA? I don't see. Is Jessica here? Oh, sorry. Who's president? Oh, the president. Oh, just kidding, president. She's also part of my advisory council, and I just think of her so much. All right, I'm going to hand off those to you because you guys have so many awards, and we're going to go through them individually. So AIA Iowa, for those of you who don't know, it's the American Institute of Architects. Like, whenever I'm with architects, I assume there's this kind of understanding of what that means. But it's a professional organization, and Iowa, we have one chapter. We have one architecture school and one chapter. And it is an amazingly tight-knit community of people and doing exceptionally good work. I believe work coming out of 4 offices in this state are as good as pretty much any work in the world, but certainly award-winning and worthwhile. And I think the AIA chapter contributes a lot to that. All right, so ready. AIA chapter, so the AIA Iowa Chapter Scholarship. Cody Goodkin. And I'm going to keep rolling and take him down. The president of the AIA is hired handing it out. All right. AIA Iowa, AIA National Diversity Scholarship, Tian Dong and Brandon Maxey. They just keep going. So AIA National, AIA Iowa Merit Scholarship goes to Keegan Holdorf. The Alumni Scholarship, which was a scholarship we just decided to enact because so many alumni donate to our general scholarship fund, and so we thought we would just do an alumni scholarship. And you're an alumnus. She is. So Carly Nelson, please come down. Oh, no, we have fun. CBRE Curie Inc. Scholarship. Is there anyone in the audience who would step down to deliver that? No. Students entering final year, 5th year, professional degree, and it's just about academic promise. And the jury awarded that academic promise award to Tony Lawson. Hey, let me see, maybe not. Oh yeah, you're good. Help me with the schedule, yeah. Charlie Cutler Architecture Scholarship. This is an award established by parents of Charlie Cutler in honor of, well, what he wanted to achieve, which was a bachelor's in architecture. Excuse me, we have another one for that. Who achieved his bachelor in architecture in 2013. Emma Van Zon, Emma. Quick. She knows it takes 2 or 3. My eyes are going to be more funny. William Dyka, FAIA Architecture Service Scholarship. It is a scholarship that is given by AIA. We should move these around too. I have to come up one. By AIA Iowa. So Danielle, please come back up. This is great. This award is given to Rushi Patel. One of the great kind of gentlemen of architecture in the state of Iowa, and he has done more for architecture profession and advocacy. Am I saying this right, Danielle? Than really almost anyone. And he's so giving, and he contributes so much that AIA 2-3 years ago established an award in his name. Neil Arthur. Hey. Hey. Aliano. This award is to recognize a student who's demonstrated social responsibility through volunteering. You guys can hear already that the different donors have kind of very specific things that they're honoring and they want to reward students for, and it really runs a beautiful range. Mark Engelbrecht, I don't know if Mark didn't make it, right? Mark C. Engelbrecht, Architecture Rome Scholarship. If I'm not mistaken, someone correct me, but Mark founded the Rome program, has a very sincere passion for it. Mark was the dean before Luis, and he has a very generous scholarship for students to ensure people can go to Rome and study, which is a spectacular experience. Donovan Bond and Henry Menendez. Michael J. Greenlee Architecture Scholarship, also established in memory of someone actually who was a 1968. Is anyone here to get that award? Anyone from the Greenlee family? John Kia Dewitt, please come forward. Paul M. Hefferman, Travel Abroad Scholarship, Nicholas Roth, and Heather Schuster. HDR Architecture Award, Emma Henry. Krasinski Endowed Rome Study Abroad Scholarship. Again, really, we have a great program in Rome right now, a wonderful team of teachers, and so we're encouraging students to go. Samantha Frantic and Carolyn Hoffman. To stand for the John Locke Architecture Scholarship. John Locke? We weren't sure. An HLPD scholarship. Stevie Flora. Raymond W. and Evelyn J. McElvain, Architecture Scholarship, Colton Christiansen. It's Christiansen. National Organization of Minority Architects, NOMOS Scholarship. This is a scholarship put forward by the Department of Architecture to recognize David, because David's headed down already. David, oh, there she is. She's the president. But you won the award. Thank you. Scott E. Olson Leadership and Community Service Award goes to Elizabeth Mar. Oh, Danielle, you should just do the whole thing already. That's why I'm so confused. I see Danielle's name again. I'm going to must have lost my place. Okay, OPN Architecture Scholarship. The firm OPN annual scholarship to undergraduate students in the 5th year study who shows professional promise. Professional promise. All of those, no, it's very difficult to find. Grace Reynolds, please step up. Arvid. Congratulations. Arvid and Gail Osterberg, Design Scholarship. Arvid is here, Gail is not? Arvid is one of our faculty. How long have you been on the faculty, Arvid?
I came a year before the college formed, or 2 years before the college formed. A year before the building was finished, the building was under construction.
Right.
When I came. And I came here because it was an interdisciplinary environment, unique, and it's still unique.
And you're still happy to be
Yeah,
here.
pleased to be here.
We haven't tried to write him off yet. Right. Elizabeth Mostra, please step forward. Arvid's scholarship in an area of pedagogy is inclusive design, and of course the scholarship honors that. Gregory, here's Olivia. Gregory Palermo and Olivia Madison Scholarship for International Travel. Again, those who know the value of an international experience. Yeah, I remember this. Hannah Hogan. So Gregory recently retired, and he was on faculty not nearly as long as Arvid, but almost. And when he walked into my office and told me he was leaving, I think I put my hands in my head and cried for a moment, and then you laughed at me and walked out or something like that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, there we go.
Good working relationship. Yeah.
Gregory was interim chair before I came. And so he had to pass the wheel to me, and he did an amazing job of it. I remember when you introduced me to Gregory in Denver, I think you were a little nervous we wouldn't get along because you knew how important that relationship was.
That's why I gave you martini before.
And you gave us martini. He introduced us in a bar with martinis. It was like they have to like each other. Yeah. It's true though. Jeffrey Kelly Architecture Scholarship, also in memory of Jeffrey, who was a 1969 graduate. Elizabeth Hokamp, Chad Mogelstadt, and Salvatore Vaja. Deja. Like, they could be drawn, but it's on the other side now, this one more. You gotta go to the end. No one will see anybody except him. Oh, sorry. James H. and M. Suan Stank Architecture Award, Duffy Cruz Escobar. Please step forward. Congratulations. Congratulations. I can't really believe this, but we're on the,
Going for the record.
I'm going to the record. This is the record. I never got this. Hang on, let me take a little break.
We're moving too fast.
You know, we're not in a hurry at all today, which is kind of funny. I was on a roll. I was only mispronouncing like 2 or 3 names. It's like you got to keep that going. David signed a Memorial Architecture Scholarship. Is there anyone from David's family here who would like to give the award? This is a recent award. This is where I got a little confused earlier. So this is for this is a pre-architecture student, or this is an award in memory of a student who started their career in architecture and whose life was abruptly and suddenly interrupted. Nicole Friedman and Oscar, I'm going to do this. Moslowitz. I worked so hard on that, Oscar's not even here. All right. Can we give everybody a really warm applause? A smaller ceremony that we do in the spring semester as well, but really the mass of it happens here in this ceremony in the fall. If we tried to do this in the spring, you guys wouldn't let us, would you? It would take up too much time. Not if I do it again.
We're planning on moving it to and we'll talk.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. So anyway, again, I say it over and over, what is amazing to me is the support of alumni, of people who believe in the program and believe in what we do. And so I remember the first year I did this, I was just overwhelmed by it. It was like, oh my gosh, I'd never seen anything like that. The university I came from did not do that. And so for anyone here who is donating to an institution or to help young people study and live their educational ambitions, thank you all very much. All right. So, oh yeah, this is the part that takes long, right? Now, here's the really fun part. We're going to welcome the new students, right? And by new students, we just mean students starting architecture this fall. Starting architecture 2 weeks ago on Monday, right? First, if we can have the master's students, we have a Master's of Science class. Are any of these people here? Michael, Danielle, anybody here? Danielle. No. It's a shame. Marzia, co-signed master. You guys come on down, please. And then the MR class, Hannah, Jacob, Kara, Amanda, Ian, Peter, Tara, Summer. Are you guys here? So what we do with the new students is we give them a sketchbook, right? Because they come in this era, in this moment in time, where everyone thinks how you prepare for architecture is to take an AutoCAD course in high school, which is a good way to prepare, but it's not the only way to prepare. And so what we do is we give out sketchbooks, and the second year students are going to be running through in a minute with the same, but it's just to remind you and encourage you, never be without one, and never, ever stop drawing, stop thinking through your hand. Seeing and thinking through your hand. You draw it, you'll never forget it. It's true, right? It comes through your hand, you can't forget it. I remember, you cannot imagine the drawing. Red or black? Red or black? Wow. Go. Oh my God. See, they're already architects. They're only wearing glasses. I have more glasses. That's okay. Yeah, they're glasses. Hey. Oh, good. Hey, thank you guys so much. All right, second year students, you guys have to line up and start by line. There are 85, 86 second year students. And you guys just come on out. And the rest of you just take a moment to talk. Because no one share a first year together, and many of them come in kind of nervous about whether or not they'll get in their discipline of choice. But it seems to me that so many students who want to be in architecture do the work, put together the material, and make it into the program. So it's always a motivating class. Please stay motivated. You have to hold that level of excitement only really for 4 short years. I mean, every day for 4 years. It's not a big deal, really. It's not a big deal. And what you'll find later, when you start practicing architecture, is the average life to even get a project done is give or take 5 years, 7, 12, 14, 7. So 4 years is nothing. You will learn 4 years. Nothing. Stay motivated, stay excited. I'm fortunate enough this year to be part of your, at least the second year undergraduate students, your intro to architecture, contemporary architecture class. And this is a real treat for me because it's the first time I've gotten to have some interaction as a group with you. So let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you need anything. All right. Now we're going to have faculty stand up. Now we're not going to bring them down, but can all the faculty in the department please stand? Everybody, please. Andrew, Gregory, Vladimir, Keith, Nick, Liza, Roman, Kevin. Is Patience back there? I don't, my glasses aren't that. Oh, Kimberly, Ann, Mitchell, Basuk, Farad. I see. Anybody else over there I don't see? McCat. Oh, it's on the over here. Makash, Nick, Aya, Doug. Shushli, Arvid, and down here will be coming up. I'm coming back. And last but not least, Ronaldo. This is the only part of our faculty. And they teach everything from foundation studio to advanced studio, to the master's program, undergraduate, history theory curriculum, making classes, computation classes, building and technology. We have this beautiful building and technology sequence. So anyway, thank you guys all for being here. And we wouldn't make it without them, right? Strong faculty make strong educators. It's really kind of critical. I do not have many members of my advisory council here today, but this slide I always keep. We do have Kate and Danielle here. Scott Steffes was the one I stood in for this, so in person. And I'll go on and introduce you to what that is another time. But in short, where are you guys going? You told me your name. Never tell me your name if you're planning to leave. I mean, all I want to say about this real quick is I have an advisory council that's made up of practitioners from around the country, most alumni, not all alumni, and they advise me beautifully and well on the direction of the profession, things we need to know about as educators that we would not know about otherwise, and they advise me on things we do in the academy. And they come 2 to 3 times a year. They give up their time, they give up their effort. They come to your reviews, and they are part of what it takes to make a professional practice program. in the United States a successful program. So the few who are here, thank you, and the rest we will see another time very soon. All right, I promised to give just a few minutes to students in various organizations, because as incoming students, we want to encourage you to join student organizations. So is someone here from, well, sure. When are you coming down? Or were you not the person to do this? Yeah. Okay. Award-winning, famous architecture student, Aliana.
Hi everyone, my name is Aliana. I'm a current 5th year in the architecture program and also the president of the National Organization of Minority Architecture Students, otherwise known as NOMAS. We are an interdisciplinary organization representing numerous identities within the College of Design. We aim to provide safe spaces and also just opportunities for our members to network and engage in the community. If you're interested in joining us, we have a social this Monday from 9 to 11 in the atrium. Come get free donuts and coffee and get to know us and our plans for the semester. And then our first meeting is on Thursday, September 12th from 5 to 6, and that's bi-weekly. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know or follow us on Instagram or Facebook. So, yeah.
Oh, Elizabeth. Yeah. Yay.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm the current president of Iowa Women in Architecture. I'm a 5th-year architecture student. And we are a group that is really just about supporting and retaining women in the professional workplace as well as the built environment. And so, despite the name, we're open to all majors, all genders, and pretty much anybody that's interested in that. So we don't have our first meeting planned yet because we're in the process of changing advisors. So we have a meeting on that this week. So if you're interested in joining, you can just kind of keep your eye out for posters and check our social media. Also, a lot of our cabinet members, I guess, graduated. So if you have any interest in joining our cabinet, this is a really great year to do that just because we have a lot of open positions. So let me know if you're interested.
There's no one here for the Alliance for Disability Awareness. This is the first time we've had this organization posted or asked to be represented. I just encourage all of the students here to find an organization that works for them. In the university I came from, some of the strongest, most powerful groups were student organizations, and they ran workshops. They just ran half the department. So find what would work for you, get involved. You learn a lot by being part of one of these organizations. Let's hear from Data. We're going to have to put them off the stage. You can do it. Keep it to like minutes.
Yeah, we can talk about it. So, Datum is a student journal of architecture, and we are a very group of enthusiastic students who decide on a topic every year, a theme, and then we have discourses on those themes, and we try to take our own renditions or take our own positions, take our own spins on those topics, and try to bring different perspectives to the group. And I'll let me talk about the present topic. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Nay Murphy. Did you
This is the mark.
So we meet every Thursday night in the College of Design atrium at 6 p.m. And this year we just recently voted on our theme for the year for our journal, and it is care. So we are focusing on questioning why do we care about certain things, how do we care, and how that applies to design.
Real quick, if you are interested in learning discourse and starting to talk about architecture on a larger scale with different people, there's a lot of opportunities to get to talk to professionals outside and other faculty members. There's a lot of connections and data. So if you really want to branch out, it's a great opportunity to do so.
Right. It's a student journal, but it's not a journal that is only about the work that students are doing, but it's about their thinking, their ideas, and what they believe matters. I have 11 issues or something, at least in my office. I can put them out at the front, and you guys, anyone interested can stop by. But it does require a love of reading and a love of writing, because it also requires a love of thinking. So you can also do beautiful drawings at work too. Any kind of thinking, thinking and making, I'm pointing at Pete, who makes beautiful things. All right. AIAF.
Hello, I'm Brandon Maxey. This year I'm serving as the president for the American Institute of Architecture Students, AIAS, because that's a mouthful. And similar to the name suggests, we're also like one of the 5 collaterals of architecture in the United States, similar to AIA, AIA Iowa chapter. And like our big thing, we have 3 main pillars in our club. We have leadership, service, and professional development. We do leadership through events at the local level, the regional level, and the national level, through AIAS chapters across the United States. Through service, we have a Freedom by Design group in our organization that does service projects. Last year we did some shelving and storage units for a local farm. And for professional development, we do a lot of work with AIA Iowa, and just professions in like the Des Moines area, and also just across Iowa. So yeah, if you're interested in getting involved or having like a startup meeting, introduction, info night next Wednesday at 5:30, just after studio. I guess it does say 6 up there. 5:30 is when we're gonna be going. So just stop by after studio. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll tell you more there.
In the atrium. Can you pass that to Shelby Door? Hey, Joanna.
Also, it's in King Pavilion.
Wow. Shelby is one of the members of the Public Programs Committee, and she's going to give a brief introduction to what we are up to in 2019-20. The program is not complete, but we've got it started, and you can just roll through it.
Hi guys. So this year the public program theme is Moral Imaginaries, and this comes out of us working to develop a series of themes over the past few years. I don't know if you can hear me. The last year was anonymity, 4 other architectures, and architecture and its outsides. And so Moral Imaginaries is looking at several questions. The first is that architects like to imagine themselves as working for good, making things better, improving the world, solving problems. And the professional calling of architecture appears to commit its practitioners to a moral disposition. They imagine that they can and should intervene in all manner of social, political, and environmental matters of concern. And while outwardly oriented toward the betterment of the world, architecture has itself become the subject of criticisms, casting doubt on its moral standing. Its employment practices have been lobbied against, its work for oppressive regimes challenged, its gender inequalities called out, and the colonialism of its discourses critiqued. This year's public programs intends to provide a platform to address, discuss, and reflect upon the immoral imaginary of architecture and its critique from a number of perspectives. How it could be asked by other ways of conceiving of architecture, Department of Architecture is cutting through our text. Politically, socially, and historically, affect our ideas about its purpose. If architecture is seen as labor rather than as a calling, then what are the implications of this change in perspective? Where and at what point does morality do more harm than good? Is architecture's commitment to resilience, for example, merely an attempt to sustain the unsustainable? Does the discipline's faith in creative solutions, even in such cases as the design of border walls, amount to complicity in making the unbearable bearable? How is our conception of architecture limited by its moral imaginary, and how might we imagine architecture otherwise? And so we have a great lineup of people coming. This is what we have confirmed. So for any faculty out there who are still working on putting together lectures, they aren't left off with intention. We're starting with our Curtail lecture tonight, and then Common Studios coming to work with 301. And I think the second years are still in town on the 18th. In situ is our lecture that we're sponsoring at the AIA convention. Jessica Garcia Fritz and Fabiola Lopez. And also the Tri-Pottery lectures, which Ulrika has been putting together. Katrin Klingenberg, Lisa Remming, and Tommaso Vitosi. And in the spring, there'll be the Opium Masterclass, so we don't have all the details yet, but we will announce those when they're available. Lord Brown from Syracuse is coming. Billy Fleming from University of Pennsylvania will be here for your Hanson lecture for those of you in 301 this semester. And then there'll be the AIA Spring Conference. And then there's also a CEH symposium being hosted by two of our faculty members, I believe, Kimberly and Vladimir, learning from socialism, alternative modernism in the second world. And then there's lots of places that we're advertising. We clearly can fill the auditorium quite easily, so we're hoping to see you all. On Canvas, if you don't have access, you can make sure you do. There'll be emails from ISU_arch@iastate.edu, so please read those. We'll advertise on Facebook and Instagram, and there'll be YouTube videos and so on. And then these are all the people who are involved, and if you want to ask a question. That's it, right?
So we don't have the full lineup finished, as Shelby was pointing out. But the reason we present this here at the premiere is so the new students, because students who have been here know these things, but the new students know that really one of the most important things we offer in this program, in the Department of Architecture at ISU, is a vibrant public programs agenda. And you get to hear people speak, meet architects of kind of world-class accomplishment. And it is part of your education that you don't pay a penny for. It's all been funded generously, again, by people who believe in the kind of the things that surround and support and nurture your education. We have some faculty members who are very, very big advocates, and we encourage faculty always to come, but mostly we encourage students to come. There could be evenings where you're thinking, really, do I want to go and spend an hour and a half in that lecture? I have this model to finish. I encourage you to take a break, get some water, and come and sit for an hour in a lecture that actually might just expose you to something that kind of rocks your world or changes the way you think about something. It only takes a very few moments, aha moments, to put you off in a direction, looking at a single building at some point, to put you off in a direction. And so I encourage you all, follow us on Twitter. It blasts out all the time. Find your platform and make sure you know about these things.